Let's see. I hope that that's true. Hi, good morning. Greetings and salutations. It is Thursday, March 16th. What am I using? This one. And I'm doing a thing. I'm in two places. Just saying. Because, the rumors might be true. We might be going the way of, not broadcasting in two places. Hold on, So I am in two places. On the tube of you. And here. So good morning. Welcome. My name is Jenny Love, and the rest of the folks on TikTok is the Witchy family. We're going to have coffee, and hopefully my husband fixed my coffee pot. That's really what I'm hoping. Hi, good morning. So if I seem distracted, I am distracted because there's several things going on at the same time. All right, I'm going to get coffee. Oh, and I was in mid-sentence with fucking my partner, and I'll have to catch her later. Let's hope this doesn't taste like vinegar. I think husband fixed my coffee pot. Sounds good. Thus far. Oh, let me show you why. Oh, you did? You got the YouTube note? Let me show you. This is one of the shirts that Rain's husband made for me. Pizza, Prosecco, and potions. Potions, pizza, and Prosecco. I'm not quite sure the order. But if I was going to have a podcast, this is the name of my podcast. So he made me a logo, which is the fucking cutest logo ever. Pizza, Prosecco, potions. I think it's pizza, Prosecco, and potions. Isn't it cute? Sorry, those of you over here, my head's cut off only because I'm standing up. So maybe if I bent down here, they can see me better. All right, let me get my coffee together here. Let me get my coffee together. Let's hope it works, shall we? That's really all I'm hoping. Hi, good morning. Love it. Yeah. Hi. So I look like I'm not paying attention to you all over here, but that's just because I'm doing two things at once. So, you never know what's happening over here. So we have to have a plan B. So unfortunately, the tube of you will be our, plan B. So here I am. This is what we do. Hey, Annie Katie. Hey, Professor Org. Miss Lucia, how are you? You got the YouTube notification. Fun. Well, we'll see. I don't know what's going on in this app. I really don't. I don't know what's going on. Hi, Jen Snow. See me? I'm both bundled up. I have my little heater. Coffee's working, so I'm impressed. Smells like coffee. Doesn't smell like vinegar. All right, we'll see. We'll see. Excellent. Oh, that's good. Hi. Bene, grazie. I'm gonna practice. That's Lucia. That's good. That's really good. I have to practice. I am going to buy. I don't know what's the best language app. Is it Babbel? Is that the best one? Like, I would like to have one of those apps because I would like to be able to just do it on the, on the fly in the car with my husband. Like that didn't sound, that came out all fucked up, but it's cold today. Yes, Jen Snow. She says you could back up on the clapper. Is the clapper still around? Is the question. I do have a clapper account. You just needed a bath afterwards, like the clap. Like, what are we doing over there? It just didn't make any sense. I didn't like it. Hi, good morning, Tamala. Hi, good morning, chickens. You heard it's babble, right? I have heard it's babble too. So yeah, so I have to practice. That's exactly right. I have to practice um the beginnings of conversations, or where's the bathroom or the bank. I have to practice for going to Italy. And of course I want to be able to understand, some of my cousins speak English. Some of them do not. So I'm hoping to, especially the older ones. So I'm hoping to be able to communicate. My brother said, some of them speak English, some of them do not. So what am I supposed, I'm hoping to be able I'm hoping to be able to get by. The other thing is Sicily is sort of different. The language is different in Sicily. It is not the same. It is not Italian. It's not the same. You might as well be another country. Even it might as well be another country. It's just not the same. I have a translator app because I talk to them all the time. So I do have a translator app because my one cousin who I speak to a lot, she does not. And it's easier for her to talk in English. So she'll send me voice messages in English than it is for her to type. That's the other one I heard of, that Duolingo or whatever it's called. I have heard of that too. They say though that one, I don't know if that one is so conducive for your phone. I'm not sure. But yes, I have heard that is the second one I've heard. I learn a language, babble, like the tower. It's really good. Hubby used it for Arabic. Oh, right, of course. She used it on her phone. All right, I'm trying to figure out which one I want to buy. Which translator? Well, I have a translator app because I do talk to them all the time. And it is a translator app that you can use your microphone. So if they spoke and then I can translate it, I can use that. So I do have that. But I want to be able to speak, you know. Is great on your phone and it's for beginners. It's free. Well, I would pay for it because I also know the free services is also probably 30 seconds of a conversation, and I already know that. You know what I mean? I mean, I do know that. I can get by 5 minutes of a conversation. I can tell you, "Non mi piace," I can tell you things, but no, like, I don't like that, or yeah, that would be great. Things like that, va bene. I can, but not I can start to think in Italian in the beginning, because that is really the key. You need to think in Italian. You need to all of a sudden transfer your brain to Italian. You're not thinking in English and translating. So that's what I'm trying not to do. So that's why I want to get an app, so that if I'm just in it and I'm just talking in it, the other one though, the one that Duolingo, the one that Katie was talking about, they have practice conversations. And that thing's like AI apparently, and it like gets better as you get better. That was what was interesting about Duolingo. Was it got better if you got better, I feel like. Anyway, I've done a little bit of research, but those are the 2 I did come up with. So I feel like I'm on the right path. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Wicked Witch of the West. John Wicked Design. Good morning. How's everybody? Yep, you think in a language. That's why I can't speak Spanish. I think in French. Oh, funny. Right. And that's why my mother has, hey, Michelle, why my mother has such a hard time. She has such a hard time speaking it anymore. I don't even know if she could. I haven't heard my mother speak Italian I have not heard Italian come out of her mouth in decades. Honest to God. Actually, I know that she did tell me the last time she spoke in Italian to my aunt. One of my aunts had Alzheimer's dementia, Alzheimer's in her 90s in a nursing home. And when my mother, Rosetta Stone, that's another one. Yep, that's another one. You're right. I forgot about Rosetta Stone. Um, my mother, when she got there, my aunt started talking to her sort of in Italian or about old things, because her brain is very close to past, not the short term. And my mother was able to do that. She said it did come back to her. So, and she used to work with nuns in a nursing home. They were all Italian, and the nuns they all had Alzheimer's, and so most of them had reverted back to their original language, and people couldn't converse with them in the nursing home. So my mother was one of the aides. She practiced her Italian then. That was years ago. So I haven't heard my mother speak Italian, and I can't tell you how. I have not heard it in 20 years, maybe. So I think that's sad. She should keep up on it. She should practice with somebody like every day just to get back in that mindset. It'd be amazing to see all the things that sort of come back to you, right? Mr. Rogue is out looking for a new tow vehicle. That just means my little house gets to move around the country, which is very exciting. That's very exciting. He's out today. Today. That's super duper exciting. Hey, Psychic Love Guru, thanks for the video. Thank you for that video about my queen oil. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It was funny when you first put it up, I tried to share it and it wouldn't let me. And it was really interesting. I think TikTok was doing some renovations on their system because when I even texted Katie, I was like, "Katie, they took away the repost." And she's like, "What?" I go, "They took away the repost. I repost everything. Like they took away the repost." And she's like, "Goddamn TikTok." And then we went back like hours later and it was there. So I reshared it. I reposted it. So I think they were like downloading updates. Last night was super weird. Yeah, yes, definitely. 100%. I agreed. Yes, 100%. I thought the same thing. All right, it's a little hot in here now. I'm sitting on top of this heater and it's a little hot. So we're done. We're done with the heater now. We're done with the heater now. So I watched no less than I did. I watched no less than I don't know, 6 people last night say TikToxic is definitely going away. The government cannot handle so many people gathering and talking, even though we seemingly don't get along here and we're always seemingly yelling at each other. There is the capability of a lot of mobilization, and they're just not interested in that. They're really not interested in millions of people being able to mobilize information quickly. They can't have that. That they can't have. So that's why. So they're really like, it's really going to go away. I'm like, really? So I've made some videos like, hi, come over. That's already past, love. That is already past and done. If you have a government phone or a government computer, that's already done. It's the rest of the citizens they would like to get rid of TikTok. It's for all of us, every one of us. They don't like it. They don't like it. And, I feel so sorry for people who really make a living at TikTok or who really make a living on social media. I mean, we come on here, it's how we connect. We are exclusively online, but we don't rely on TikTok exclusively. So people that rely on that fucking app, even businesses, like you see all the ads that are on there now. You see so many people are so invested in advertising on TikTok. And the other thing is, if you notice any of the regular you can't repost stories. You could probably repost any of my videos, but you probably can't repost stories. And 5 Point Society is a business account. I am going to change that back. That's probably why you can't repost them. It happens on business accounts. Jenny, I give it 3 days of you being there. You'll be speaking fluently. That's funny. Hopefully. I mean, that's really what I hope. I mean, I took Italian for years in school and it didn't sink in, but hopefully when I'm there, that's what my teacher said to me. She goes, if you're in Italy and you have to speak Italian, you will fucking learn it. She goes, you have to learn it. She's like, you'll learn it. You watch. TikTok has been my main reach. Very sad. Yep. See, there's a lot of people. It is my main reach. I will say that. It is my best reach. It isn't my only reach. It isn't my only reach. And to be honest, I keep toying about the idea of opening another location. And if TikTok goes fucking down the tubes, that is a very real possibility, I think, of me opening a location. I never spoke Italian. I tried to learn Italian when I was in school, in high school, but it's different. It's different than what my mother speaks, so it was hard to practice with anybody. You know what I mean? My aunt speaks proper Italian. It was easier. I could go to her. but they don't speak proper Italian. They speak a dialect. They speak a terrible Sicilian dialect that you would never, it doesn't sound the same. And I would speak some of it in class. Mrs. Pacheco would go, "That's dialect." And I'm like, "I know, but that's what I know." And you would just want me to be as busy as you. Not this year. I won't do it. I'm too busy this year. I have too many classes going on. I have too many of my own classes, too many 5-point society classes. I don't have time to open a shop right now. There's no way. You guys would never see me. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Where will we be going? That's a good point. That's a good question. I don't know. Is it YouTube or is it Insta? I mean, I'm on YouTube right now. I'm on the tube of you right now. I think that's also why I'm having trouble over here. Is I mention other apps all the time. God's got to give me shit over here. I don't get more than 15 people in a live over here at all. So I don't give a shit if it goes away, to be perfectly honest with you at this point. Like, it does nothing for me. It keeps me connected to you guys because we do this every day, right? We do this every day. We have a group and we get together here and we do our thing, and that's different. Miriam, I have to tell you some. Miriam's like, the party has arrived. There is another live stream app. It's okay once maybe everyone travels there, it'll be okay. Oh, interesting. Maybe. That's true too. I'm not sure. So I decided, let me hang out on the tube of you also. Does that happen? We'll simultaneously do this. I don't know. It's the 23rd, I think, is the day that they're voting on this. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm in a good place right now to not care, to be honest. Business is great. You guys are great. We just started in 2 new cycles. Great. You know what I mean? Like, do I need to come on here and fucking flap my gums for 2 hours not to nobody, but like, we're not gaining any traction here. We don't gain any traction on here anymore. We used to, we don't anymore. So I have my 2 classes that I'm really trying to concentrate on, and 5-point hermetics are 5-point society that I'm really trying to concentrate on. And if I just concentrate on that for the year, great. And then next year, maybe I'm looking at opening a place, maybe. Insta for the lives, I think. Insta probably for the live streams, I think, is probably the best place for live streams. YouTube doesn't seem to be any better for live than fucking TikTok is, to be honest. I got to tell you something. Busy Queen Bee. I have to tell you something that you better sit down, Miriam. I've been hanging on to this information for days. Do you know that it is not Pedro Pascal in the fucking suit? Ever. Rarely. That fucking swinging hip isn't his. Do you know whose swinging hip it is? John Wayne's son. That made me laugh. Hysterical. They actually got a guy for his fucking walk. It's not Pedro Pascal. It's devastating. But it's John Wayne's son. What? Shut up. It's not Pedro Pascal. It's John Wayne's son, which I find hysterical. That little hip swing that he does. I don't know. I just saw it very briefly. It came across my consciousness and I fucking laughed. I said, I can't wait to fucking tell Miriam because it's grandson. You're right. It's grandson. He moves just like, I know you're crushed. I'm sorry. I was too, because you know me. I love that Mandalorian. And I'm very new to the party. I'm very new. I don't know how these things work. And obviously I was devastated. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It's not him. No, it's John. But it's funny that because you know how John Wayne had that fucking strut, right? So does this fucking kid. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I thought he walks like a gunslinger. It's so good. I liked it. I ultimately thought it was funny. But no, it's not Pedro Pascal. We're such assholes. He's still he's so good. Did you see him at the Oscars? He's so funny. Sometimes it's a woman stunt person. Yes, I do know that. Well, obviously, it's a stunt person. I didn't know it was a woman stunt person, but I did know, obviously. Listen, they don't let their stars. I mean, I know that the insurance industry gets very uppity about what the fuck is that Scientologist's name? Tom Cruise always doing like his own stunts. They get very up. They're just like, we don't really want the star to do this. The insurance is crazy. You have not seen it yet. Dean's Unicorn, I have to tell you, I love The Mandalorian, but this season 3 just started. And if you don't watch the Book of Boba, you will be confused by the beginning of season 3 of Mandalorian. And I did not know that, of course, because I'm a moron. And I had to call my son and I'm like, Joey, I'm like, why am I so confused in the beginning of this fucking show? I watched every Mandalorian episode with you. He goes, because you need to watch Boba 2.5, he called it, because he goes, episodes 5, 6, 7, 8 in the Book of Boba explains what happened to fucking Mando without the kid. Anyway, so if you haven't seen it yet, you got to watch it. It's so good. You will laugh out loud. You will be on the edge of your seat. It's so stupidly good. And it's very old school. It's very old school Star Wars. I know. What's the Book of Boba? Exactly. I don't know. It's apparently, where's fucking Amanda? Where's Amanda? Because she knows this shit. She's like a Star Wars weird person. She has a Jedi robe, okay? So I need Amanda to talk to us about this. But from what I understand, I started to watch the Book of Boba because Joey said you got to watch these episodes. Now, Jon Favreau does write the Book of Boba. Also, he writes The Mandalorian. I'm saying it's not as good. So I was a little bored and I'm just trying to get through the fucking Mandalorian story that's in the Book of Boba so that I can go back to watching The Mandalorian. I know that was a lot of television for one morning talk here, but that's what I'm watching at the moment is The Mandalorian. It's the only thing I'm watching. I thought it was boring. I thought it was I really would have preferred a fork like in my skull. Like it was really boring. I wanted it to be better. It was very boring. It was very slow. It was nice to find out what fucking happened to Boba Fett after he fell off the fucking thing and did Return of the Jedi. Like, so that was fine. It's it gives you this backstory thing, which was great, but it was so fucking slow. It's very informative, but it's very slow. I'm sorry, it was very slow. Like, yeah, it links stuff together. You can't watch The Mandalorian season 3 and not watch Boba. You can't. Yeah, I was so confused. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I was so confused. So anyway, not like we get together and talk about Star Wars all the fucking time, but it is what I'm watching right now is this. It's the only thing I'm watching. It goes back. Well, you have to understand. I'm going to explain it now. Can you imagine? I'm actually going to explain it. Okay. Let me see if I can follow this. So remember, if any of you ever watched any of the Star Wars, the very early Star Wars, Boba was a little boy, and there was Boba Fett, his father, or whatever his father's name is, and I can't remember. They're all clones. All the Boba Fetts were clones. So that little boy following his father around that we know as Boba Fett was a clone. There was an army of clones that looked just like him. But this guy, the father, took the boy. He wanted one himself to raise because he lost a son or whatever. So that Boba that we know, he knows he's a clone. He's a clone, but that's why it goes back to the Clone Wars because you need to know that he's not. He's a clone. That's why that's why people really give him shit. But you have to watch Boba because you wouldn't watch it otherwise because it drains the life out of you. It does. It's so fucking slow. That is true. That is the one who said that. Posey, that is it. You have to watch it and it drains the life out of you. That's fucking true. I said it was so fucking boring. I'm like, but you gotta fucking watch it. Oh, that's hysterical. That's the funniest thing I heard all. You're 100% because I call, like I said, I have to call my kid who's like the Star Wars expert, right? I'm an old lady, and I'm like, Joey, why am I so confused in the beginning of Mandalorian? He goes, because you got to watch the Book of Boba. I'm like, all right, fine. And then my husband and I are sitting there watching it. I'm like, it's boring, right? He goes, oh my god. I'm like, I'm really bored to tears. It's like to tears. I'm like, let me just skip ahead. And then we skipped ahead, and I wasn't sure what was going on again. I'm like, oh, fuck. So yeah, I don't like it. Drinking 3 glasses of wine helps? No, because then I'll definitely be sleeping. I smoke a lot, so I'm good there, but I definitely will fall the fuck asleep. Oh god, that's funny. You guys are funny. That is true. That is true, true, true. Smoke break helps. Yeah, I really wanna get back to watching The I really enjoy it, and I really wanna get back to watching it, but I'm a little confused, so I wanna see what happened, that's all, I really like it. I My son had me watch it, and I sat on the couch with him laughing. How do you tag in here I don't know what the fuck they do over here. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they're doing over here. It Like I said, if this fucking app shits the goddamn bed, I won't care. Like, at this point, I won't care because I won't keep coming on here, and then I don't have to come on here, keep trying to make some headway. Just to be stuck in the back of some corner somewhere of fucking this app, That's what fucking irritates me. And now I'm orange. I don't wanna be orange. I don't wanna be peach either. That's better maybe. What faces? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what goes on here on this fucking app. It's terrible. It's terrible. So, yeah, I have no idea. It's terrible. All right, chickens. That's cup 1 in the books. And YouTube over here was a complete waste of time, like a complete waste of time. So, anybody that uses this app as their fucking livelihood, I feel terrible for them. That's the talk of the day. Like, I feel terrible. We had helicopters? Wait, we had helicopters coming us now? I don't know what that means. Yeah, it's terrible. I don't know what this country's doing. I'm just working on my dual citizenship. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that's what I'm playing on. Yeah. I do love when I say that to people. What's really funny, I do love when I make that comment. There's always that one guy or that one person that wants to act like I'm a silly woman and I haven't thought about what actually leaving the country looks like financially. Like I'm a moron and I haven't thought about that or I haven't and it's just like, "What are you gonna do when you live in another like, it's not any better," and I don't know, it's just a really funny, like, sort of reaction to wanting to leave this country, and I'm like, "Dude, do you see what's going on? And you wanna stay here? Okay, you go ahead. You go ahead." That's all I'm saying. Like, you go ahead. There's men quoting scripture on the floor of lawmaking establishments. They're quoting scripture. They're reading from their crazy book and going, "How do you feel about that?" It's like, um, why are you're a lawmaker. You're on the floor of some lawmaking facility and you're quoting the Bible and asking, "How do we reconcile that?" Really? Uh, I'm sorry, but I don't really need that shit in my life. Yeah, that was the craziest video. I didn't even have any of the words for that video. He's just there he was quoting right out of the Bible, asking the other lawmakers, "Well, what are you going to do? Because the Bible says da 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 da." And like seriously. And they were all having a conversation about how the Bible affects this law. What? What's that now? What the fuck are you talking about? I was like, it's not funny. That's a nervous, like, sort of, it's beyond my comprehension laugh. Like, beyond my realm of my brain can fucking compute that. So that's why you laugh. It's just, I don't know what else to say to that. I know that. Listen, again, if you actually studied the actual history of the United States, you might not want to join the army and fight for this country, right? That's the PR problem that they have. There. That's it. And Tamala, I know you got military people in your family. Like I know that. And that's the thing about saying that to people is I believe that the reason they love to keep all of this kind of crap from you and to jam bullshit history down your fucking throat is so that people like your kids, thankfully, and thank your children and your husband, but those are the kind of people that then go join the army because they feel a sense of patriotism based on false on a false narrative, and they walk around like, "Hey, I'm joining the army. I'm going to protect this great country." And then you learn actual history, and you go, "Really? I'm gonna what for you? I don't think so." Yeah. What's up, J Frog? Talking about how how that TikTok is, they're going to vote on the TikToxic, and it's going away. You know it's going away. So I'm also on the Tube of You just in case. I got a couple places we're trying Tube of You simultaneously. We do this every morning. We come on, we hang out, we chat. So now I have simultaneous broadcast. We'll see the important stuff. For some people, J Frog, it is important. Like TikTok is very important for people who make their living here, who get their clients here, make their money here. It's completely important for some folks, and that's what this country is making sure we don't have. Is a way for independent people to make a living without having to rely on their bullshit. They don't like that. So they will get rid of it. You're going to have to figure out a plan B. Just saying. So, no, God forbid the government should talk about anything that is actually happening like anything else, right? My dad was in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, and it messed him up, especially when the Alzheimer's kicked in. They fear our success. Well, they fear our mobilization. They fear our mobilization. Hey, Danielle Grace. That's what they fear is mobilization. A lot of people can mobilize on this app very quickly, and they don't like that. That's what they don't like. That's the problem. I mean, you saw what happened with Jeffrey Marsh, right? That woman, and I'll call her that woman, she launched a witch hunt based on misinformation, based on just based like it was all circumstantial. It was all made to look like this, right? And she went at him in a witch hunt with all sorts of false narrative rhetoric behind her, right? This fucking app and the trans community and anybody with a brain got together and and exposed her in a way that is almost, I think her life is devastated because they have proven that she is the predator that she professed Jeffrey to be. That's what they have proven. And they saw that. They mobilized. Lots of people got together very quickly and handled that. And they went, "Oh, yeah, you see that? We can't have that. God forbid we have that." So, yeah, it's going. That cannot happen. They exposed her like it was I love the way she came out here crying for days, and then she deleted things, but she got a taste of her own medicine. Witch hunt turned on her, and rightfully so. But the point is how fast people got together on TikTok and mobilized in his favor, showed her to be who she was, and it was over like that. Same with Modern Warrior, same with the Womblands controversy. People will rise to the top up here, and this platform will make sure that you are who you say you are, or they're going to take you down. And they don't like that in the world here. They don't like it. So they are going to do away with this app. Her and her crocodile tears. I know. But that this app is dangerous to them. They don't like that. It's dangerous to the world too, in the sense that 7 billion people, if they were all dancing and having a good time, that's a lot of happiness. That's a lot of happiness. People happy, dancing, doing the latest dance trend, and not giving a shit about you and your nonsense. Like, look at that. So it's an interesting concept that it's now going away. And I really, as much as I'll miss it, if it does go the way that I think it's going to go, I'll be interested to see how everybody moves on from it. Does another app take its place quickly? Does another app quickly take its place? Sorry. I don't know. So I'm going to always be simultaneously broadcasting in all of the places when I'm here. Like right now, hello, Miss YouTube. Right now, when I leave and come back on our second cup, we will also be hopefully on Instagram. We'll see. Or maybe Facebook too at the same time. We'll see where we are. We're going to be in 2 places. That's what I'm going to be. I have StreamYard, a streaming service, and so I can stream in a bunch of places at the same time, and then it records it and I can post it. So I think I'm going to be doing that. Maybe we'll be actually getting on this podcast train, the podcast that's been in my brain for the better part of a year. Maybe the universe is going, do the fucking podcast. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Second cup, 5-point hermetics for those of you watching over there. TikTok we're going to go over to 5-point hermetics. Do it. I know you want me to do it because you're the first person on my list. 5-point hermetics. J Frog, if we don't have fucking coffee together, my brain will melt. I know. I'm aware. I'm still going to do coffee. I'm just going to do it in a bunch of places. So right now, TikTok, I'm going to go over to 5-point hermetics. Also, some StreamYard situation over here. We're going to do that. So we always have a second cup because we do. We have a second cup and I need a second cup. So head over to 5-point hermetics or Instagram or Facebook. I don't know. See you over there. We'll have some other things to talk about. Maybe we'll do some readings. We have meetup tonight. We'll talk about meetup tonight. I got lesson, defensive magic names tonight for those of you in 5-point society. We got that going on for the September 2022 group. So tonight we're going to talk about defensive magic. We're going to do a path working for your magic name, if you so choose a magic name, if you so choose that sort of situation. We're going to do that tonight for those of you. Other than that, I got lots going on here in the shop, and I will see you over on Second Cup. Yeah. She's like, lesson 5, magical names. Suck it, bitch. That's a great name. Suck it, bitch. 03. You had to do that 3 times, did you? All right. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.